So this is a Swift Challenger 570, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake will demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your gas bottle tie down and your gas bottle regulator up on the bulkhead, which you can just see there. Pipework's already connected up. Clockwise will turn the gas off and anti-clockwise will turn the gas on. The gas bottle straps around the bottom there to strap the bottle in place. Going down the side of the caravan you have your wind down legs on either side of the front. They are just there to stabilise the caravan, they are not there to do anything else. You would never lift the caravan with these legs as it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan if you did. Heating and hot water flow, you need to remove this cover prior to igniting anything on gas inside of the caravan. So it's a bit like the flue on the side of your house. Water pump connection, you push the water pump in place, it'll click into place and it'll drop down inside your ack roll. And I'll show you how to fill the water system once we go inside of the caravan. 100 amp leisure battery is in place and ready to go. Then you've got your mains power lead coming in from the power on site. That is very simply there to put the 240 in, and you'd always connect to the power socket on the wall and connect to the caravan and then turn on the mains power. 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow the fridge to breathe, so essentially allow out hot air and take in cool air. Motor mover, I'll demonstrate later on in the video so you can see that is all working correctly. 2 grey waste pipes are very simply there to allow the wastewater out of the side of the caravan, and they'll drop down inside your waste master. Then have the toilet flush tank. The toilet flush tank is very simply there, so it allows the toilet to flush. So you put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom here, you have your toilet waste cassette. You put up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. So on the back of the cassette you've got a pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it will allow the waste to come out of the tank without spitting and splattering back at you. Like I said, it's 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Coming around the back of the caravan now, we have the wind down legs on either side to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. Just got one down for the purpose of the handover, just to demonstrate how they would normally go down. Storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. You've then got a 3-pin socket for power coming out to your awning, storage locker for underneath the front seating area, and your barbecue gas point. Coming onto the inside of the caravan now. First up, in the cabinet directly opposite you have your master power switch for the caravan. So system shutdown, you press this button when you're done with the caravan and it'll isolate all the power inside the caravan. Up the top here you have your reverse polarity, the charger which you need to have on at all times because the 240 and 12 volt won't operate, space heater, and then your electric water heater. So you need to have this on for the water heater to operate on electric. Trip switch here, hit the test button. If it drops down, it means you have mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you are on. Down the bottom, you have your 12 volt fuses, and in the side here, you have a list of what the 12 volt fuses are for and what the 230 volt fuses are for as well. Underneath the front seat area on the right hand side of the caravan, you have your water system. So just down in this cabinet, just down there on the floor, you'll see a yellow valve. That yellow valve to fill the water system up needs to be flat with the floor as it is now, and upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down. So when that valve is flat with the floor and the aqua roll connect on the outside, you can have all the taps open on the hot side of the water system as they are now. Then once that is open, you can come over to your water pump switch. So all the taps open on the hot side. Hit the power back on, sorry. That's your main power switch for the caravan. Turn the water pump on and the water system will start filling. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, and at that point you can shut all of the water back off, and that is the water system filled. So completely open on all the taps, and the same with the shower, shut that off as well. So once the water system is full, you can then start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. Now, as I said, in the cupboard up there, you have the electric water heater switch. So that'll be your electric water heating. You cannot control the temperature on the electric water heating. To operate the water heating on gas, you have this dial over here in the corner. You spin this dial round and you'll get a green light appear in the side here. That is essentially your pilot light. If it fails to ignite, you're going to get a red light that appears in there also. And that will mean it has failed to ignite on gas. On gas, you can actually control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees of temperature. And you can run it as a combination with the electric boiler itself. Down the bottom here, you've got your electric heating for the caravan, so the heater that's just down here. To operate that, you select either 500, 1000 or 2000 with this dial around the edge, so 500 watts. Then you can control the temperature of the heater on the dial in the centre here between 1 and 9, and the heat will start coming out the front of the heater, as long as the dot here is the icon selected. If you don't have that selected and you have the wave symbol selected, for instance, that will be your continuous blown air, and you have a fan speed for the blown air on top. The A on the right hand side is automatic blown air, and essentially will allow the thermostat to cut the heating in and out as it is needed. On the opposite side of the heater on top, you have the gas option. You have this gas control. You can turn the gas dial round between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve, and when it has ignited, you'll have a pilot light in this window around a 45-degree angle from the top of the heater. So around about the sort of angle there, as you go down, you should be able to see a flame symbol, a flame through that window. Once it has ignited, you need to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, just to allow the thermocouple to warm up. Then you can slowly release the gas valve, then control the temperature of the heater on gas on this dial on the left-hand side. So that is your heating and hot water. The next thing we got is the fridge. Very simple to use. Power on. Going to try and ignite on gas at the moment. If it fails to ignite on gas, the blue light here is going to flash continuously to let you know it has failed to ignite. To change the power supply, use the button on the left hand side here, and you can go to 240 mains. And on gas or mains, you can control the temperature of the fridge on this button on the right hand side, and the more amount of bars that is lit up, the colder the fridge will be. You've then got 12 volt mode. If you connect it to the car at the front of the caravan and you have the correct connection on your car, the fridge will actually work as a cool box, and it'll also charge the caravan as you're towing down the road. If you don't have the right connection, you'll see the blue light flashing here, and it'll indicate, if it's not connected properly, it'll have the blue light here that indicates it's failed to ignite. And that is also the same if it fails to ignite on gas or there is no 240 mains coming into the caravan. Microwave works like your household microwave, no difference at all there. Hob, grill and oven, again, all work very much like your household items, no differences at all there. Bed setup, it does lift up so you can store accessories underneath the bed should you need to. Going towards the back of the caravan, we have the toilet system with an electric flush on top here. Have a toilet waste handle down the front of the toilet, which you push open to one side to allow the waste into the toilet cassette. It needs to be in the closed position when you're not using the toilet. And also, when you're not using the toilet seat should be pointing forward so that it allows you to remove the toilet waste cassette. That is also the same with the grey handle. Again, that does need to be in the central position at the front of the toilet to stop the waste, so it doesn't lock the toilet waste cassette in place when you're trying to empty it. So in the central position, you can remove the cassette. If the toilet seat is turned or that flap is open, it will stop you from removing that cassette. Around the van, you've got various light switches to turn on the lighting inside the caravan, as you'll see. And they are dotted around the caravan. All the little lights that you see around the caravan are all individually switched. Also, the one underneath the cabinet there is as well, that's individually switched. And then your main light switches will be down by the door here. I'm just going to take you back through the main control panel, or the control panel above the door now. So when you press the leisure battery voltage here, it will bring up the leisure battery voltage on board the caravan. On this panel at the top here, it will indicate that you've got mains power coming into the caravan from the power post from the site you are on. You've got the caravan lit up to say that you've got mains power hitting the caravan. And then if you've got the car connected, you'll have an orange dot on the caravan and a green dot on the caravan. An orange dot on the car and a green dot on the caravan. If you've got all three lit up, then you do need to make sure you remove either the power post or the car from the supply. You press view levels and it'll bring up the battery level voltage, and it'll also bring up the voltage when you connect it to the car of how much the car is putting through to the caravan. So that is the Swift Challenger 570. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.